Welcome, everybody. Hello, Sarah. Blessed Yule to all. I am not feeling the best today, so I'm just letting you know I'm not going to do the full hour, but I do want to let you guys know what's going on with Mercury Retrograde, and we're going to pull just 2 cards today. I need to respect my body today. Let's see who else is here. Jacqui says, greetings, lovely friends. Happy Capricorn and winter season. Hi, Patty. Sending love to all. Thank you. Rachel, good morning. Leah, hello. Leela, peaceful solstice to you all. Christine, greetings. Tatya, good morning. Jacqui and everyone here. Thank you, Christine. This started just last night with like a head cold. And now it's spread to the whole body. So we'll see what happens. I feel like, okay, tell me if I am weird. The answer is yes, but let me know if you guys are also weird. I feel like this illness is coming from my left shoulder blade. There has been so much tension and it built up. I talked with Greg about it when I went to his live the other day. So much tension built up in my left shoulder, and like now I feel like it's just spreading out all over my body. Not left lung. It's like in the crease of my shoulder blade behind in my back. It's like a muscle. It feels like a muscle, I don't know. Anyway, hello April. Are you having sinusitis or something? I have remedies. I'm playing around with some remedies, so thank you. I'm not open to new suggestions right now. I'm playing with a few things. You're welcome, Jacqui. Thank you for recognizing that I'm here. Maybe just bring Darla down and we'll watch her sleep. Just a live stream. That's so funny. Tatya has the same problem, congestion and low energy. I mean, 'tis the season, right? 'Tis the season. As much as I love to preach that like I'm living my best life, I do still like give into some of the pleasures of life, you know? And think about just how this whole autumn and winter season goes. Why would it not be this type of season? The sun goes away. We hoard candy on Halloween. We stuff our faces on Thanksgiving. And then we eat a bunch of sugar and cookies for Christmas when there's no daylight or like sunshine to go cleanse yourself. And I'm not grounding, right? I'm not getting my feet on the grass. So 'tis the season. Oh, Christine, your back went out. Sure, it's stress related. Yeah, your back is your support system. So I wonder, does that have anything to do with Mercury retrograding through Capricorn? I don't know. When did that occur, Christine? Mercury retrograde started on December 13th, so almost 10 days ago. And Mercury, the planet of our mind, thoughts, ideas, communication, has been retrograding through Capricorn, asking us to review our structures, review the boundaries in our lives. So there you go, Christine. It just happened on Tuesday, Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. Maybe there's a structure that needs to be restructured. However, tomorrow, Mercury retrograde will move back into Sagittarius, the sign that comes just before Capricorn. So Mercury will continue retrograding through Sagittarius. He goes back to 22 degrees of Sag until he stations direct on the 1st of the year. So he will be moving backwards through Sagittarius for the rest of 2023. Hello, Sweat. I just read your comment, Sarah. Hope you feel better. The mindfulness, self-care, self-love, and care is very good medicine. I agree. So now that we've had some opportunities with Mercury retrograde in Capricorn to rethink our boundaries, to rethink the structures and the limits that we've created in our lives, Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius is here to help review the truth, the capital T truth of it all, the divine truth. So I guess we can just share quickly if there's anything in your life that you feel over the last week and a half that you've been redefining your boundaries, that you've been questioning your boundaries, you've been reviewing the structure of anything in your life. I'm trying to think of like how to put this into words, but honestly, the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I've been very aware that, I've been very aware of this like human design type thing. And I've been, dabbling in human design for quite some time, but just over the last couple weeks, I'm like, in the human design, I'm a manifester. I don't have constant access to life force energy. What does that mean? How do I use that to my benefit? How do I set boundaries on how much I'm able to give and when I'm able to give? What does that look like? And I've been like grinding on that hardcore for a week or two. So much so that I went and I checked out a human design book from the library, and I read it yesterday when I was under the weather. Not the whole thing, most of it though. Liz, definitely so. My relationship and my work methodology. Yep. I told you guys on Wednesday, was it Wednesday, that I was gonna restructure some of the boundaries in my relationship as far as like how much effort I'm putting into his well-being versus how much effort he's putting into his well-being. It was not an easy conversation, but it was had and it needed to happen, so that's another rethinking the boundary, rethinking the structure. Jacqui, I expect you'll share all that info with me once you know. I'm working on it. Jacqui's also a manifester. She and I are actually both 5/1s, which is just interesting. That's my favorite part about teaching, is I get to learn more while I teach. Sweat, yes, absolutely. I've been setting boundaries in some relationships, and finally it is being listened to. That's interesting. I wonder if that is because of the support from Mercury Retrograde. You are able to revisit and rethink your boundaries, and it might be making the other people in your life more susceptible to rethink how they're approaching your boundaries, and vice versa. Have you noticed yourself being more accommodating to other people's boundaries in this time? Leia's relationship. Leela, with medical intuition practice. Oh, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that and read it on my own. Thank you, Leela. I just don't want to get distracted right now. And I'm already distracted. Christine wants to explore the human design. Greg, same thinking here. Jacqui, how to balance my schedule for the best ebb and flow. Yes. Becky, the human design is a blend of astrology, the chakra system, I Ching, and the Kabbalah. And you can do a Google search for a free human design chart. And it's going to be like the first time we all look at our astrology chart. We have no idea what it means. But it shows you I love it. So I feel like I just keep getting more and more niche with this like sociology type of psychology. Like it used, I was with a friend yesterday and she was saying that her friends call her type A, and she's like, but I'm so not. But I was thinking, when the only two options are type A or type B, she's definitely more type A, but she doesn't qualify with all of those things. So then that's when, like, the next step in my brain is astrology. Well, it's probably because your sun is in Taurus and you have a Aries Mercury. So people think that you're being rude when you're just being assertive, but you do have that like slower whatever. So there's astrology. And then I feel like human design takes it a little bit deeper, because instead of there being 12 categories, 12 signs, 12 houses like in astrology, human design breaks it into 64 different gates. And it uses the sky, it uses the placement of the planets when you were born, but it's just so much more intricate and so much more detailed, and I'm all about it. So, Greg's a projector to the core. A while back, Deepak wrote a cool book about this. Cool, I didn't know he knew that. Sociology was my favorite class in college. Yeah, I wonder why I never did. LilaMyBodygraph.com. Yeah, that's been the website that I've been using until they switched their whole thing, and it's black now. It just doesn't look right. Like the whole background and the whole human design is black, and I can't see the colors as well as I could before. And I don't know, I need to find a new website. Greg, I've learned so much about myself from it and have barely scratched the surface. I feel the same. Yeah. I'm practicing asking a person if they want my opinion before just giving it, respecting their boundaries. That's great, Christine. I love it. So it sounds like a lot of us have been redefining and rethinking our boundaries. Perhaps even the structures in your life. How are you structuring your time? How are you structuring your energy? How are you structuring your energy? So now Mercury retrograde moving back into Sagittarius is here to help us review, Mercury retrograde review, the Sagittarius divine truth of it all. So that came out of my brain, and then I sat with it for a second, and I did Google dictionary because I love breaking down words. So let's break down, what is divine truth? Truth is a fact, not an opinion. Divine is relating to a deity. Okay, what's a deity? It's a god or a goddess. And I refer to God as the universe. So I feel this as like universal facts. Everything just is. Nothing is good or bad. Those are our opinions that we place on the situation, on the person, on the event. We place those labels based off of our past experiences. So Mercury retrograde through Sag for the rest of the month can help you begin to remove labels of good and bad to whatever. This could happen in the moment. Like something can happen, especially with the holidays coming up, everything's gonna be not what you expected, and like something can happen and you can catch yourself taking it as it is and not labeling. Is it bad that you left half the presents at home? Is it bad that like you gave more than you received, or vice versa? Is it bad, or is it just is? Is it bad that you don't enjoy your family so you don't spend time with them? Is that bad, or is that just how it is? Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius can also help you recognize that you may have been labeling something good or bad. And finally, you have this awareness of, I don't need to think that the way this person acts is bad. I've thought that for years and years and years. Maybe if I just let it go, and if I just accept that this is the truth, that this is who they are, maybe my life can be a little bit easier. Roxy, what if Mercury was in retrograde when you were born? If you were born while Mercury was retrograde, when Mercury actually does station retrograde, I'm in this boat, I thrive. I feel like I have this is most comfortable for me. I feel like we're always in a state of review and reflection. And it's not like there's a difference between lamenting and reflecting. But I feel like those of us born with Mercury in retrograde, it's just a constant I'm having a hard time with words right now. What is that? Like reflecting on what you did, and not to tear yourself apart or rip yourself to shreds, but just, okay, it went this way. How can I go about it the next time? Yeah, you get clarity. Thank you for saying that. So that's right. So what I'm thinking of when I'm saying you might gain some clarity on the truth of a situation, this could relate, hi Anik, this could relate to some events that occurred in the last week of November. So between November 25th and December 1st, it was a Saturday to Friday. December 25th was a Saturday after Thanksgiving through December 1st. That is when Mercury was already traveling between these same degrees of Sagittarius that he's about to move backwards through. So that's where he's going to be this upcoming week. So it might be him reviewing a situation that started the last week of November. I hope you're with me on that one. This sickness is not helping my brain today. So that is the part of your chart where Mercury will be retrograding, reviewing, helping you revisit until January 1st. And then on January 1st, he's going to move back over those degrees, 22 up to 29 of Sagittarius, allowing you to like make it right, is how I feel it. This retrograde will be a time of review, and then when he stations direct, it's a time of like speaking what you want into action. And we'll talk more about Mercury direct. I have an event for that on December 29th is when we'll meet back here on Insight Timer and talk about Mercury stationing direct. One last thing that I want to mention about Mercury is that on the 25th, on December 25th, on Christmas Day, Mercury retrograde will be right on top of the Galactic Center, the literal center of our galaxy. This has already occurred, and I just have been talking about other things. There's always so much going on in astrology, so I did not mention it, but on November 29th was when Mercury was at 27 degrees of Sagittarius. That's where the Galactic Center is. So on November 29th, Mercury direct passed over the Galactic Center. On the 25th of December, he'll retrograde over the Galactic Center. And then a third time on the 11th, on 1/11, on January 11th, he will pass over the Galactic Center forward, moving one more time. So what these days are giving us are like heightened downloads, a sense of just knowing your mind. The mind of all of us is in the center of the galaxy. Like that's where all the galactic wisdom comes from. So it's just like knowing the truth, feeling and just knowing the galactic wisdom. I also want to mention, this isn't Mercury, but since it was Sagittarius season, the planets are like working their way through it. On December 19th, it had already passed, but that was the day that the sun was conjunct the Galactic Center, and that was like shining a light on the Galactic Center, supercharging our whole galaxy, is how I was feeling that, like giving life force to the galaxy. And then on New Year's Day, the first of the year, Mars will be conjunct the Galactic Center. So acting in alignment with galactic knowledge and wisdom. And what a beautiful placement to start the year 2024 with Mars conjunct the Galactic Center. Mars is our planet of action. It's our drive. It's what we fight for and how we fight for it. Ugh. What if 2024 is the year of alien contact all around, known to mankind? You know, it's happened. I'm too sick to go into the story today, but I did come into contact with an alien at a bar. It was the craziest thing. I've told the story here a few times. So due to me feeling under the weather and having to conserve my energy, I'm going to pull one card for one question, and then I'm going to pull one card for one other question. So we're getting two cards today, and I need to relax. So Mercury retrograde through Sagittarius is a time of us reviewing the truth of a situation that we might have missed the last week of November. So how does Mercury retrograde want to be utilized while in Sagittarius? Thank you, Greg. It looks a lot better than it feels. I'm just kidding. This deck doesn't make sense, but it kept calling to me. And I haven't used it in a while. So we're going to use Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light to ask, how does Mercury retrograde want to be utilized in Sagittarius? You tell us, Mercury, how do you want us to utilize you? So feel free to send your energy into these cards. We're just picking one today for all of us. Tatia, I hope you'll tell that story again when you feel better. I would love to. If it comes up, I love telling the story. I get really into my stories and I have to give all the pertinent details, so I don't even want to give it like a quickie right now because I won't do it justice. Huh. Oh, this is a great card. And this is for all of us. Give me 1 second. This is not in alphabetical order. And... oh, there it is. Okay. Greetings, Ronnie. Ronnie, we're just getting to the cards. I'm only pulling 2 cards today, one from 2 different decks, because I'm feeling under the weather. But we are asking right now how Mercury Retrograde wants to be utilized while in Sagittarius. And we're using Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. And the message is take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Huh. It's okay to take a break and enjoy your creations. To take a moment from your busy schedule. To get off the treadmill of life. To appreciate and acknowledge all that you have created, achieved, released, or experienced before rushing on to the next thing. To be in the moment and enjoy where you are. To take a breath and regather your mind, body, and spirit. To recalibrate, appreciate, and celebrate. To decide on what you really want to experience next. If you take a moment, you are not going to miss out. Perhaps you have just completed a big project, manifested something significant in your life, released an old way of being, or just been burning the candle at both ends. Now is the time to take some time out before rushing on to the next thing. You did it! Enjoy yourself and recalibrate. Go on vacation, book a massage, take long walks in nature, go away for a rejuvenating weekend to recharge and replenish. Take a break and a breath. This is lovely, and it's so timely. Mercury retrograde, of course, take a break. I feel like this is like take a break of your mind as well. Mercury, how does Mercury want to be utilized? Maybe he wants a break. Maybe he wants to stop thinking and speaking and communicating so much. Like maybe this is a time to just go within, retreat from the day-to-day. Retreat your mind from what your mind would be doing all day. Give your brain a break. Maybe let your soul take over for a little bit. Let your heart take over. I love this right before the holidays, Jean. Yes, Jackie says the perfect card. Tatia, wow, that's what I'm doing, taking a break from my usual schedule. Yes, 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 yes. Ronnie, trying to understand the solstice for my life. We did that. We talked about that on Wednesday. So if you want to hop on my YouTube channel and rewatch that one, we talked all about the solstice and Capricorn season and winter and all of that. Jennifer, oh my God, just joined, and this is so on point. Yes, same. I've been getting this message a lot. I actually just did a quick 3-card pull for like what my 2024 looks like. I can't remember if I talked about this on Insight Timer, but I pulled like 1 card for each 4 months, January through April, May, June, July, August, September through December. And I'm just going to throw them out there if you guys know tarot. The first part of the year is 10 of Wands. Figure out how much shit you're carrying and learn how to put it down. Middle chunk of the year is the 4 of Swords. That's like literally take a break, just stop, rest. And then the last part of the year was the 9 of Wands, which is the energy of taking a break before you go on to the next thing. So it was just like, stop, hardcore stop moving, stop doing this. So this is Mercury retrograde in Sag is here to help us realize that it's not bad. maybe the rat race isn't serving our highest good. Maybe there's an easier way to collaborate so that everyone does a little bit instead of you doing it all. That's the earth that I'm working on creating. All right. I always look at the bottom of the deck. I usually wait until after we're done on here, but it's worth showing. The Priestess card is on the bottom of the deck. I've actually never seen this card in this deck, but I just think it's interesting because we were talking about Mercury retrograde in Sag is a time to review divine truth, and then I broke down what's divine mean. It's a deity. What is a deity? It's a god or a goddess, and here's a priestess. I just think it's interesting. The universe has definitely given me signs to slow down. Same, and like I feel like it's our mind that's what's holding us back. Like our mind is our permission slip. Our body will, take a break all day. Did I freeze on you guys? Oh, I'm back. Diana was looking at my solar return chart for this year, and my birthday is days from the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus in the 8th house. That's SR. And both are sextile Mars in the 6th house. It's going to be, solar return. Got it. Conjunction in Taurus, 8th house, and both are sextile Mars in the 6th house. Exciting. Big changes. Lots of transformation in your day-to-day, in like literally what your days look like. Hello, Elena. So that's it. And I think that that's actually really beautiful that we asked one question and Mercury's just like, take a break. You don't need to ask more. You don't need to think more. You don't need to inquire more. Here's your card. Just take a break. And then I also want to ask just for a message from the Galactic Center. Because we talked about how Mercury has already touched over the Galactic Center. It's going to again on the 25th. The Sun has already moved over the Galactic Center. Mars is approaching the Galactic Center. So, like, what message does the Galactic Center want to send through me to all of us right now? And to do that, I know we just used this deck, but I have to use the Star Codes Astro deck. Hello, Catherine. For those of you guys, actually go ahead and send your energy into this deck. We're asking for a message from the Galactic Center. For those of you guys who came in a little late, I'm about to wrap up. I'm feeling under the weather, so I put I talked about what's happening with Mercury retrograding back to Sagittarius in the beginning. We just pulled a card asking what Mercury retrograde wants, how Mercury retrograde wants to be utilized in Sagittarius. Take a break, plain and simple. We're pulling one more card to get a message from the Galactic Center, and then I will post this up on my YouTube channel. The Galactic Center has a lot to say. And look at what's under as Jupiter. Nothing is a coincidence. This is the kind of stuff that like makes my life tick. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. I don't care. It makes sense to me. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm about to hop off of here. When planets are retro, I get this image of them relaxing after going. That's interesting, Greg. I like that. Yeah. So one last message from the Galactic Center. If you guys have been enjoying today's session, if you'd like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, they're always very much appreciated. When's the next time? I'm going to be here next Wednesday talking about the full moon in Cancer. So after our Mercury conjunct the Galactic Center and our holiday celebrations, whatever you guys choose to do. This is also beautiful. We just asked for a message from the Galactic Center. We've already had our mind conjunct the Galactic Center, the center of the universe. We've already had our soul, our sun, our life force conjunct the Galactic Center. Our mind is going to review and go forwards again with the Galactic Center. December 25th, review. January 11th, direct. Was it January 11th? Yes. And then Mars, action planet, will be conjunct the center of the galaxy on New Year's Day, acting in alignment with galactic wisdom. Charlotte, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you, Christine, for donating after class. All right. A message from the Galactic Center is Aquarius. This is so great. I believe we're in the age of Aquarius. It's such an ambiguous start time, the age of Aquarius, because it's the beginning of a 2,000-year cycle. But I feel like we are in it, right? Or at least we're in that like gray period where we're leaving the Pisces age and entering the Aquarius age. This is so cool. Nicole, thank you very much for your donation. That's very much appreciated. Greg, no coinkydinks. No coinkydinks. The message is collaborate from the center of the galaxy is telling us to collaborate. The symbol for Aquarius is not water, but the water bearer, the person fetching, carrying, and pouring the water, who provides a great service to the community. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn in traditional astrology, co-ruled by Uranus in modern astrology, and is connected to the ankles, which we use to turn from one person to another in conversation. The sun shines through Aquarius January 21st through February 20th. Live by your philosophy. Aquarius's traditional ruler Saturn asks us to know what society expects of us and to care about our reputation. However, Aquarius's co-ruler Uranus encourages us to free ourselves from tradition or others' opinions and be able to think outside the box. Yes, this can feel like a paradox, but it offers a healthy tension to manifest the true you. Know the pattern and riff on it with your own invention. To get to this free place, investigate your philosophy, which is your operating manual. So make sure it's alive and authentic. When you feel your worldview and your actions are integrated, it's easier to call in healthy collaborators. Cultivate allies. Find others called by the same causes and work together. Weave people together to create community. This web will bring in new friendships, purpose, and connections, which may lead to romantic sparks. Throughout the process, consciously maintain a balance between your own needs and those of the collective. The challenge for the Aquarius card: spiritual practice and personal philosophy can be used to bypass authentic emotions. So be honest with yourself and don't try to talk yourself into feelings you think you should have or onto a path that others find more socially acceptable. If your philosophy clashes with your honest feelings, then your philosophy needs to evolve. If your lifestyle is not in line with your philosophy, then one or both need to change. The gift from Aquarius. The authentic Aquarius gift encourages you to let go of previous constructs and listen to the source within. Honor the reality that you are a unique individual, but you also have a responsibility to contribute to the health of your community. I've always loved Aquarius energy. I love how this deck describes it. Also, this is the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck. I have a close relationship with Aquarius. I'm a rising Aquarius. So my chart ruler, I technically have two chart rulers because Aquarius is ruled by both Saturn and Uranus. So I love that this card broke down the meaning of both, because I've been trying to figure out like which one feels more strong to me, but it is both. Aquarius gives us that ancient energy of Saturn. It's like it's embedded in the Aquarius energy that you have to do what's right. But then here comes Uranus, right? Like the new age. Uranus represents your higher wisdom. It's like galactic wisdom is how I talk about Uranus. So doing the responsible thing, but not how everyone else does it. Walking to the beat of your own drum, but making sure that everyone's taken care of and knowing that you are part of everyone. I love it. I love it. We're walking into the age of Aquarius. This is a humanitarian card, right? Like, I'm going to do what's best for me because when I do what's best for me, it benefits everybody. And I'm going to do what's best for everybody because by doing what's best for everybody is going to benefit me. It's a twofold. It has to work that way. And that happens when you're living authentically. Aquarius is the sign of the authentic person. It's Uranus. Like, Uranus doesn't give a truck. Super authentic. And if you're not feeling passionate about what you're doing with your time, what are you doing with your time? Why are you doing that? What can you do that does make you feel passionate about what you're doing? How can you give, like, what from you feels so good to do that can also benefit everyone else, right? Because when you start doing that, your community starts to form, your tribe starts to form. I just posted something on, Tracy, I'm holding up the deck so you could see. I just posted something on my Facebook yesterday. It was a screenshot from my journal from 3 years ago. It was the day of the Grand Conjunction. And I had no one to share it with because I didn't know any astrology people. I was so like, ooh, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, the Grand Conjunction was a conjunction at 0 degrees of Aquarius between Saturn and Jupiter. This happened on the solstice of 2020. It was like one of the notches that needed to be put into place to feel like the age of Aquarius. Whatever, I don't have specifics because it's more of a feeling, but like it's Aquarius energy. The Grand Conjunction, it happens every 20 years, but every 200 years it shifts the element that it occurs within. So for the previous 200 years, Jupiter and Saturn ruler of Aquarius, Jupiter expands it. For the last 200 years, Jupiter and Saturn had been meeting together in earth signs, expanding the responsibility of keeping things slow and pushed down and earthy and tangible, the importance of money. Then, in 2020, Saturn and Jupiter came together at 0 degrees of Aquarius, ushering in the next 200-year cycle of Saturn and Jupiter meeting together in air signs, inventions, new ideas, relationships, communication, working together, especially starting at 0 degrees of Aquarius. It was just like such this thing. So the point of my story is that I was journaling about that because to me, I was like, this is the point of life right now. This is what matters to everyone. And I can see it. And there was no one around me who knew what I was talking about. And I felt so lonely. And I felt like I wanted a connection so bad. And so I journaled about it and I was like, oh, I wish I had people in my life and whatever. And so I posted it on my Facebook yesterday and I was reflecting like 3 years ago, I was super lonely, but I was authentic and I was doing what I wanted to do. And then I started sharing what I love doing with Insight Timer, right? I have to give so much props to Insight Timer. This is where my whole following comes from. But I started just talking about it and sharing it and doing it. And it didn't all start just how I'm doing it now. You know, I started teaching yoga on Insight Timer. And then I started doing astrology-based yoga classes because that's what I liked. I was a PE teacher who liked astrology. So why not teach, right? And then like I picked up some of my tribe and then I started shifting and I started pulling oracle cards and I was doing Reiki on Insight Timer. And then I picked up some of my tribe and then now I just come on here and I've been I don't even remember how long I've just been doing astrology and oracle, but that's it. Like I'm just sharing what I authentically love to do, and I'm giving it freely, and it's resonating with the people it's meant to resonate with, and it's benefiting you. It's collaboration. It's equal benefit. Does that make sense? That was super passionate. Like that, I love sharing my story also. That's so cool that all made sense and came out. And I share this kind of stuff to show you guys that it's possible for anyone. Like you can literally change your stars. You have full control over how your life goes based off of your choices and your actions and your mindset around it, you know? I could have gotten stuck in that woe is me, no one's like me, I don't have anyone to talk about. I could have talked about that. I could have told everyone in my life, yeah, but no one's like me. But no, F that. I hopped on here. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I'm like, I want to try this. I want to do this. And there it goes. I've been teaching on Insight Timer for 2 years. I also just want to share quickly about my friend. One of my best friends right now, I met because she did the same thing. She was feeling lonely, a lack of community. She was also thinking about this stuff, and she's like, I have no one to talk about this stuff with. So she started a meetup group. If you don't know the website Meetup, anyone can start a meetup group. She started a group for 5D hiking. And I was like, that's me. That is what I like to do. And I saw the group come up and I was like, yes, please, first one. And the first day we went hiking, she asked me if I want to be friends with her. And I said yes. And now she's created this community. There's like hundreds of people in the group. You know, maybe like 5 or 6 come to each hike. It doesn't matter. But like she's created that community because she had a longing for something and she followed her authentic needs. She wanted to talk about higher teachings. She wanted to talk about this philosophy 5D energy stuff, and she likes to hike. So she's like, here, this is what I want to do. You can do it with me if you want. Here's the platform to do it. So that's this energy that the Galactic Center is giving us today. This is probably one of the craziest downloads I've had in a long time. The Galactic Center, the center of the galaxy, wants you to be authentically you and just share it. No expectations, just share it because you like doing it. You'll automatically attract the people who want what you have. You don't need to search for them. I don't market myself. I despise marketing. I let my energy market for me. Just share it. We all have a unique gift, right? And it is difficult to find that gift, especially when you're using your energy to do what you've been told to do by society. It's not a recipe for success. Like the model that we've been taught is not gonna get you anywhere. It might if you want to dedicate your entire life to working your ass off. That's not for me though. I know I can make it happen easier, and so can you. Thanks for listening to my little... I used to call them rants, and now I understand that they're downloads. Can I be like you when I grow up? You're already like me. Also, whatever you see in other people, whatever qualities you see in other people, they have to exist inside of you, because if they didn't, you wouldn't have an awareness of what it was. So I'm just going to say that as well. Gotta run. Merry Christmas, Christine. Peace and blessings, Karen. Jess. Another Karen. Diana. That's awesome. Yeah, Greg. And then people like you make me so happy. Like, I know I wasn't like the full inspiration of you getting on Insight Timer, but I just love that like you come here, you watch what I do, and then you're like, oh, I could do that too. And now you're doing it. Good for you. Keep doing it. Madeline, thank you so much for your donation. You're welcome for sharing my story. Lori. Very empowering and inspirational. I try. That's it. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for understanding that I need to preserve my energy for the day. I'm going to make sure that the card descriptions are posted into our spiritual community, which is the group that I have here on Insight Timer, so feel free to join that if you'd like. Bonnie, I don't think she's here today, but Bonnie always puts the card descriptions in there for you guys so we can go back and review. Tracy, thank you. I don't remember if I said that out loud. I also will post this replay onto my YouTube channel, which you could just search my name on YouTube, or you can go into my Insight Timer teacher profile, where my link tree is. My YouTube link is there. I may or may not get to send out my Capricorn season email today. It depends on how I'm feeling. However, I always make those fun astrology season Spotify playlists, and the Capricorn playlist link is in my link tree already. If you want to get my newsletters, you can sign up on my link tree for my email newsletters. I've been sending them out every season, like one every zodiac season. So, and I'm starting to shift what I'm doing with those as well. Some more updates, just information about what I'm doing and what my intentions are. Happy solstice, Nathan. Sweat wishes me healing. Thank you so much with the butterfly. Thank you, Tracy. Michelle, first timer. I'm just getting into astrology. Where would be a good place to start? Oh, thanks for asking, Michelle. I have a course on Insight Timer. It's called Astrology 101. It is a 13-day audio course introducing you to the basics of astrology, and then I encourage intuition with the rest. So once you know what the symbols mean and the signs mean, then you get to use your own intuition to piece it all together, which is pretty cool. Merry Christmas to all, thank you. And to all a good night. Just kidding. I cracked myself up. I've also been awake since 3 o'clock. This is not, we're like slap happy today, and I love that. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for your donations. They're always appreciated. I hope you guys have a lovely holiday season, whatever you do. If you feel lonely, try not to lament on it, because you can create a community for yourself. I promise. I believe in you. That's it. Love you guys. Namaste. I will see you next Wednesday for the full moon.